Hello, my friends. I am here in the library, and as you can see, there's nobody here for me to read to. So I'm going to read to you guys online today. I have two books that come from the same story, and it's a very, very old story. I want you to listen to both stories and see what is alike and what is different, and how did they use the old story to make a new story. And do you think they're different enough? Do you think they should be more different? Let's check them out. So I'm going to share my screen with you because I have both books here on my screen. You ready? Here we go. There it is. Okay. So this is the original story. This story is almost 200 years old. It is by Hans Christian Andersen, who was a Danish author. He is from the country of Denmark. So here we go with his story. The Princess and the Pea. Once there was a prince who wanted to marry a princess. Only a real one would do. So he traveled through all the world to find her, and everywhere things went wrong. There were princesses aplenty, but how was he to know whether they were real princesses? There was something not quite right about them all. He's looking a little confused. So he came home again and was unhappy because he did so want to have a real princess. One evening, a terrible storm blew up. It lightened and thundered and rained. It was really frightful. In the midst of it all came a knock at the town gate. The old king went to open it. Who should be standing right outside but a princess? And what a sight she was in all that rain and wind. Water streamed down from her hair, down her clothes, and into her shoes, and ran out at the heels. Yet she claimed to be a real princess. She looks pretty sopping wet. We'll soon find that out, the old queen thought to herself. Without a word about it, she went to the bedchamber, stripped back the bedclothes, that's the sheets, and she put just one pea in the bottom of the bed. Then she took 20 mattresses and piled them on the pea. And then she took 20 eiderdown feather beds and piled them on the mattresses. Up on top of all of these, the princess was to spend the night. That's a big bed. In the morning, they ask her, "Did you sleep well?" "Oh," said the princess, "no, I scarcely slept at all. Heaven knows what's in that bed. I lay on something so hard that I'm black and blue all over. It was simply terrible." They could see she was a real princess, and no question about it, now that she had felt one pea all the way through 20 mattresses and 20 more feather beds. I love that she has a ladder here to get in and out of the bed. Nobody but a princess could be so delicate. So the prince made haste to marry her because he knew he had found a real princess. As for the pea, they put it in a museum. There it's still to be seen, unless somebody has taken it. There, that's a true story. Now, let's switch over and read the next story. This was based on the original Princess and the Pea, but it's a little bit more of a modern tale. It's just come out in the last couple of years. I'm going to move me over. Let's move me all the way over. Okay. La Princesa and the Pea by Susan Middleton Elia, illustrated by Juana Martinez Neal. Okay. This is read with permission of G.P. Putnam Sons. Ooh, and here we have a glossary, and it has some of a, ooh, these look like Spanish words. So if you want to read through those, you can pause and read through that right now. There once was a prince who wanted a wife, but not any niña would do. His madre was picky. She hoped for perfection. The prince was so lonely and in need of affection. But here came a maiden en route to her castle. I hope I can stay here if it's not a hassle. She winked at the prince, who fell for her fast. No matter what mom does, I'll marry this lass. The prince said, come in, but his mother, La Reina, decided to test her. Would this girl be buena? Mama sneaked away to the royal jardin and found a small pea that was fit for a queen. She guarded the pea pod and took to the stair. If this girl is worthy, she'll feel that it's there. She placed El Guisante in the bed for their guest. She yelled, 20 mattresses! Lofty request. The queen settled in with her box of bombones, while lots of strong workers came in with calzones. Uno was suave, dos was pequeño, tres was muy grande, cuatro un sueño. Several were pinstriped and some made of fleece. Others were dotted or checkered or grease. The queen ate her treats, the bed was stacked high, and right when they finished, La Niña came by. Here is your cama, a place you can sleep. Thanks, said the girl, I won't even count sheep. I guess she's really tired. Meanwhile, El Príncipe practiced I do's. He knew that this maiden was one he should choose. I like her, Mama, he said with a lilt. We'll see, said the queen as she fluffed up his quilt. The girl stretched her brazos, she yawned with her boca. Oh. But the bed felt so lumpy, like there was a roca. The little guisante was 20 times deep. Could it be the reason the girl got no sleep? She trudged down to breakfast, her ojos so droopy. And how was your slumber? La Reina was snoopy. Great, said the girl, if you like hard and lumpy. Oh, pobrecita, the prince said, you're grumpy. Their guest brightened up as she noticed the lad. Really, she murmured, it wasn't that bad. Aye, thought the Reina. How'd she detect it? Is she a real princess? I think I suspect it. She signaled her son that the girl passed the test. Drat! She had managed to stave off the rest. The prince soon proposed with a golden anillo. They married that week in the royal castillo. The queen kept her promise and threw a big boda. The bride wore a wedding gown, stylish, de moda. Accepto, accepto, they both said I do, and still to this day, the queen has no clue. The prince had put pitchforks and stones in La Cama to help his true love pass the test of Queen Mama. The prince and his bride had hijos galore, one for each mattress, and then had no more. The end. A note from the illustrator. The textiles in this book were inspired by weaving and embroidery of the indigenous people of Peru. The village of Huiloyoc in the mountains in the province of Cusco weave alpaca wool into clothing and blankets similar to those seen on El Príncipe and La Reina and in their home. La Princesa's embroidered clothing was inspired by the people of Colcacañan in the province of Arequipa. The methods and traditions of dyeing and spinning and weaving and embroidery have been passed down from generation to generation, and their remote locations have kept these communities distinct. That's pretty cool. Neat. Now, back to the story. Did anybody notice some similarities and some differences in the two stories? Think of a few things that are the same and a few things that were different. I'm curious to know which ones you like best. Now, when you're practicing your writing, you might want to think about what sort of stories have you heard of, and maybe you'd like to twist the tale a little bit and tell a similar but different story as well. Something to think about. So I thought that was really neat. I thought it was kind of a cool, fun, modern take on the story that's almost 200 years old, The Original Princess and the Pea by Hans Christian Andersen. Hans Christian Andersen books and La Princesa and the Pea can be found in our fairy tale section, 398.2 in nonfiction, for those of you who are looking when you get back. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see you when you're back here. Save me from being alone on the stairs. So good to talk to you guys. Bye.